Congratulations.
Thank you, Uncle.
And you kumolala. Ebo down to kumolala.
Amen.
Ebo is nanje kumotono.
Amen. Amen.
I see a very elaborate CV of yours. Can you spend some 2 minutes in telling us about yourself?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, as you rightly introduced me earlier on, my name is Honorable Alhaji Yusuf Isaka Jaja. I was born in Mamobi, Nima, Accra, Newtown. I attended Darul Hijra Islamic School. From my primary school, I proceeded to Newtown Bethel 3 JHS, where we normally call it Igbe School in Accra, Newtown. The majority chief whip, that's his area where he was brought up. From Accra, Newtown, I proceeded to Accra High Senior Secondary School. From Accra High, I was fortunate to attend Institute of Professional Studies, now University of Professional Studies, and I am happy sitting before this August House to have my Vice Chancellor, Professor Kokuma Mensah-Maoto, sitting behind me. From IPS, now UPS, I had the opportunity to further my education in Scotland about 15 years ago, specifically Dundee, where I had my master's in MBA in oil and gas management. From there, I came back home, did some small consultancy. Then, with regards to education, by the grace of God, I was able to do another master's where I had obtained my MPhil in development finance from JIMPA. Then subsequently, I did another master's where I obtained MSc in energy economics. So with this, by the grace of God, 2016, the good people of Iowa North voted for me, and in 2017, I came to Parliament. This is my third term in Parliament, serving the good people of Iowa North. Mr. Chairman, I'm happily married to Hajia Farida Jaja, who is also seated right behind me. Mr. Chairman, we are blessed with 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy. And Mr. Chairman, my parents are both late. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Thank you.
Follow up. How can you be born in Nima, Mamobi, and Newtown? You alone. How did it happen?
Mr. Chairman, my revered chiefs are here. Those days when they say you are from Nima, whether you are from Mamobi, from Newtown, Accra girls, it's all Nima. 441. 441, former a native of the community. Exactly. To the extent that, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, as a member of Finance Committee of this House, when Garrett was being brought, Garrett project was being brought, and we were trying to approve it, I didn't see Mamobi. I didn't see Accra Newtown. I was trying to make a case. And then the minister then, and the coordinator of that project, oh, there's Nima. So I was trying to let them know that, yes, we know Nima encompasses all, but at least we need to go further. We have Mamobi, we have Accra Newtown. As Chief Whip said, we have 441, and we have Lagos Town, where he grew up. So, Mr. Chairman, if I say Mamobi, Accra Newtown, Nima, I mean Nima, the whole community. The greater Nima, exactly, the greater Nima. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for the elaborate. We'll do 2 things. We'll do creative art, and then we'll do tourism itself. So let's look at Creative Art Fund. Are you aware of it?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Courtesy my Honorable Minister, Honorable Mamaga, I am aware of it through her.
Yeah. What are the issues with it, and what would you suggest? You would suggest your minister
Chairman,
to
if I
look
got
at?
my briefing right from my honorable minister, in 2020, this honorable house passed a law into an act called Creative Industry Act 1048, Act 2020. In that law, there's a provision that said there is the need to establish a creative arts fund. Fast forward, per my briefing, unfortunately, this fund is yet to be established. And what I'm aware of is that my honorable minister, who is seated right by my side, she is putting the necessary process together to ensure that this fund is established. This fund, when established, will go a long way to almost solve the problem of the creative arts industry. Thank you.
Chairman, a follow-up on this. Chairman, you would agree with me that since 2017 to date, others who've made more than 30 pieces of legislation, and most of them do not have allies going with them. Would you suggest to your minister that the ally will operationalize the law itself, and that is where you can make provision for the fund and how it should be worked out? Would you suggest? I take it that your minister is not here. Would you make that suggestion to her?
Mr. Chairman, thank you, and thank you for the education. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't intend to be one. That is the right thing to be done. And in fact, that is exactly what my minister is doing. I'm told there's a draft regulations which was approved by Cabinet.
Uganda, in Kenya, and most of East Africa. And so, but unfortunately, I mean, Mole is completely underfunded. And if we actually put in some resources in Mole, we will attract the numbers that you mentioned, the US, Great Britain, and Nigeria. I'm sure you have many other countries surpassing them. Amaga assured us that she would look into Mole and put in some investments in Mole to attract the needed tourism. I take it that she's not here. Would you want to tell us
Thank you very much.
How you would pick it up with her and then get more.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think earlier on when my sister had, we were not successful, simple because of lack of distance. My minister has tasked the chief director to kickstart with the process to be able to be successful or to be successful. Then it means this renovation that you're talking about will have to come in. Thankfully, my minister is here. She's heard it. And as part of the process to be able to get Moli and Kakun Park listed on the World Heritage Site, definitely renovation will have to come in. Thank you.
My last one, my third question, will have to do with tourism when we take it to another level. Its contribution to GDP is going to be really huge. Can you give us a fair idea what the current situation is, the contribution of tourism to GDP, and how you intend to help your minister to lift that up?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, let me borrow this. It's a popular phrase, but yesterday my minister mentioned it, so I'm trying to borrow it from her. To whom much is given, much is expected. Yesterday, I was with her somewhere, and she mentioned it. It is true. Mr. Speaker, if this House and Ghanaians will care to know, as at the year 2023, the tourism industry was the largest contributor, the third largest contributor to our Ghana's GDP. In terms of real terms, the Ghana's tourism industry contributed $3.18 billion to Ghana's GDP. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, if with these little resources and with the existing available tourist facilities, we have been able to contribute 3.18 billion to our GDP. Why won't we invest in this industry so that we can do more? We are even of the view that even the data is not accurate. If we can get an accurate data, we are of the view that the tourism industry will be the second largest contributor to our GDP, if not even the first. Thank you.
Come on that note, let me wish my younger brother Allah's blessings in his new role. May you be guided. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will recognize Honorable Roxon Dafamako.
Chairman Nagode. Alhaji Jaja.
Nam.
Congrats.
Thank you. I thought you wanted to continue with Hausa.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Yanzu kuri Hajj nawane. Yes, as Minister of Tourism. Hajj, it's religious pilgrimage, which is religious tourism. We go to Hajj, and when we go to Hajj, we return home with some business benefits that attract some, that has some multiply effects on the economy. So, Yenzu Kudi Hajj Nawa.
Mr. Speaker, Yanzu couldn't Hajj 62,000 Ghana cedis, if I'm right. Ama kafin government team Yezo power couldn't Hajj 75,000 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, to wait. Hajj fare is now 62,000 Ghana cedis. Either to or prior to the coming of this government under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it was 75,000 Ghana cedis. Indeed, prior to, during the campaign by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he made this promise that by the grace of God, when voted into office, the Hajj fare will be reduced. And in fact, we are yet to embark on the first Hajj under this government, and so far it has been reduced from 75,000 to 62,000 Ghana cedis. With this, let me say, together with our Muslim brothers in Ghana, we say Aiko and thank you to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for fulfilling that part of the promise. Thank you.
Aktabir.
Allahu Akbar.
Allah.
What is the meaning of Atabir?
Praise be to God. Praise be to Allah, actually.
So the response,
Chairman.
let it be in English for the record.
God is great, yes. Okay. God is great. Allahu Akbar. Allah is great.
Okay.
Now, as Yaro Zongo, what does this 13,500 reduction per the poor man in Kaukudi Dam in 441, Mamubi Market, Agbajena, Ebony Down, Alaju, 55, Nima, Newtown, in Cancer Giant Down. What does it do for the average man in your constituency?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this clearly shows that the Chief Whip really was raised in that enclave.
Honorable nominee.
Yes, sir.
Munagari. So when you are responding, have recourse to those things. Munagari.
Mr. Chairman, to wait, he wants me to know that he knows what is going on and what is happening. So I should be careful in my answer. Point well noted. Thank you.
Chairman. Yes.
A follow-up question from Honorable Mahama Shaibu. So please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Just a follow-up on the Hajj, the religious tourism bit, and to add that as counsel to the Hajj task force, we have not only under his presidency reduced the fare to 62,000, intake has also increased up to 5,000 pilgrims, and better facilities at Hajj have been secured, but much more closer to Haram than we had. And so there's a lot more that pilgrims this year and the years to come will enjoy from religious tourism. Thank you, Chairman.
A point of information rather than a follow-up question. So, Honorable Roxon, you have the floor.
But, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I think this is very good news, and I think it's a refreshing one. Ghanaian Muslims will be happy to hear this. But, Mr. Chairman, for the record, when the Chief Whip was saying Hajj is a religious tourism, and that at least as Deputy Minister for Tourism designates, he proceeded with his question. For the record, though Hajj is a religious tourism, but the Secretariat of Hajj is not under the ministry, but rather is under the office of the President. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, tourism is a multifaceted industry activity. So I didn't surprise you at all, my brother. I know exactly what I'm doing. And I know that in mobilizing for Hajj, a lot of people, aside from you being the Minister of Tourism, they will come to you as the Member of Parliament for the Ayawasu East, Ayawasu North constituency. Thousands for purposes of sponsoring them. So the reduction of about 13,000, if initially you could sponsor 20, now you could do 30. That's the point I'm making. And it inures to the benefit of our people who spend nearly their lifetime to just do one Hajj for the symbolism of their faith. So it's this question was very dear to me. So don't take it lightly. It's very dear to me. Now,
thank you, Mr. Chairman. In fact, it escaped me. This reduction is going to do a lot of good to our Muslim Ummah in Ghana. Mr. Chairman, let me say this. Because of the high price or cost of Hajj to the 75,000, many Ghanaian potential pilgrims couldn't embark the Hajj in the previous years through the Hajj board. They had to resort to private Hajj. And the challenge with this private Hajj, embarking on a private Hajj on your own, is that you may not get accreditation because you are going on a private. And if you don't have an accreditation and you go to Mecca, it's like an illegal immigrant. And it's simple because of the high cost of the Hajj. And also as a result of the high cost of that Hajj fare, a lot of Ghanaians couldn't use the appropriate channel, the Hajj board, to embark on it. As a result, the number came down. So that is why my senior uncle said that the number this time around is going to be increased. So with this reduction, all those who have been using the unapproved routes as illegal immigrants will no longer use those routes, but rather will come and use the appropriate channel. And that is also going to help the country as a whole. Thank you.
Chairman, thank you. Very much enough. Now, what steps would you take to improve the Salaga slave market, such an important historical center in terms of our heritage tourism, especially in respect of the fact that soon we are going to celebrate a lot of festivals regarding the Salaga slave market. I hope that the MP is here who supports and will be listening to this. So my question is, what will you do with the help of your boss to help the attraction facilities that the Salaga slave market is already in existence, but to attract tourists so it can generate revenue by way of visitors visiting, spending money in the local economy, what would you do to improve visitor numbers?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, per the briefing I got from my honorable minister, and she's already told me she's talking to UNESCO. Already, the Salaga slave market benefited some renovations some years back under the previous government. But my minister is in talking terms with UNESCO to further uplift the image of Salaga and many other tourist sites, not only limited to Salaga market. Thank you.
There's no way I will finish this questioning without touching on sports because of where our origin. Great Facos, Lagos Town and all. What will you do to bring back life into sports tourism so that our young men can still have formal education but make their careers out of football? Football is big now. But our course life in Kotobabi, Nima, Mamobi, 441, Kanda, Big Farm, everybody down, Alajo, they are dying. But we are a community of footballers, you know. What will you do to revive that for us?
Thank you very much,
As a
Mr.
Deputy
Chairman.
Minister of Tourism.
Mr. Chairman, this is an initiative my honorable minister is considering under sports tourism. And as such, as you rightly mentioned, those days when we were all young, K1, Kotobabi, Bethel, and what have you, every semester.
Monday starts.
Monday starts, you get me? Exactly. Every semester, there's this sports week that we have been doing. And for some time now, I think it has been taken off the calendar of our education system. I know I'll support my honorable minister to liaise with the education minister and all other appropriate ministries to see to it that, and exactly, and people like your good self, we'll all bring our heads together, brainstorm, see how best we can bring this back. Those days we used to have under 12, course, under 14, under 15. Now we can't see those things again. So it's something that I think we need to bring back to life, and I'll support my honorable minister to achieve that. Thank you.
Chairman, thank you very much. Alaj, congratulations. May Allah be your guide.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Whip.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, I will recognize the Deputy Majority Chief Whip under Standing Order 2177, which reads, a member of the leadership of the House is entitled.
Nungwa, Teshi, all those areas are tourist area. But it's like we are not